So here I am, just minding my own business, queuing up this episode. And, this is the first frame past the theme song, and look what they give us here. They give us an X for his booty hole. Thanks for that. Thank you, TV show. Thank you so much. That's just so tasteful. I tell you, man, sometimes I can't work under these conditions. So I was rewatching the last episode. It's been about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, something like that. Since I saw the last run of episodes, and I try to every now and then I try to just watch the last, kind of get myself back in the mood and just refresh myself. Even though we're probably gonna have a large recap what happened last episode, I still like to get back into it. And we get the reveal at the end of the last episode. Oh shit, what's his name? Her name? Ochimaru? Shit. I think it's Orochimaru. I think that's what it is. A lot of it got me thinking. A lot of this show is about identity, and it's about identity being a fungible thing, and it's also about holding back on your identity, and and only revealing aspects of your identity, that kind of thing. Like if you want to go really deep on this, and it draws a parallel that on the internet, identity is a very fungible thing. It's a very flexible thing. It's a very fluid thing. Identity almost doesn't matter in many ways. I mean, we're using made up names, and we've got made up avatars in most cases, and depending on where we are, we have different names for different places. And then there's people who have sock accounts. They have 3 or 4, 5 accounts. You know, I don't know how big that is anymore. I remember 20 years ago on message boards, people would definitely have the sock accounts to agree with each other and to influence polls and do stuff like that. And it was a lot of fun back then to try to do the detective work because we didn't have you couldn't look up ISP accounts and prove who is what, and this, okay, these are your 7 sock accounts and stuff like that. So you had to kind of just go with commonalities and coincidence, and sometimes people would forget to log out of their old account, and then they would say something in a different account, be like, wait a minute, this is what this person always says, but why is this person saying it? And then you draw the conclusion, okay, that they're the same account, they're the same person. It was a lot of fun. I always enjoyed that. But it created an environment, and I don't know if this environment exists in a way where people feel this way these days. But if you were online 20 years ago, you basically had a mindset. You're kind of talking in the moment with somebody, and all that matters is the conversation, not the person, right? Like there is no because in our everyday life, the identity of the person you're talking to is a lot more concrete and it's a lot more meaningful, right? And online, it's not as concrete and it's not as meaningful. Especially I think Reddit is probably the best example of this. Unlike Twitter it matters who you're talking to. If you're having a back and forth with somebody, Twitter probably matters the most because you have like the thread and you can go back and you also you're following each other and there's a relationship and you may spend years. Like there's some people on Twitter I've known since 2010. I've met some of them. Some of them I've never met, but I've known them since 2000. We've been talking since 2010, right? So there's a kind of concrete identity, but like Reddit, like I don't remember any single human being on Reddit, right? I just remember conversations. I don't remember somebody said something somebody said 3 years ago on Reddit. I don't know who that is, right? How often does that happen in real life? I guess it happens a little bit. You'll be like, well, somebody, you talk to 5 people about a movie. Somebody told me this opinion about a movie, but you don't remember who it is. I guess that does happen to me for sure. I don't know if it happens to you guys. But if you have a conversation in person, you probably attach the thoughts and the ideas and the conversation to as a concrete person, right? If you talk to them in person. If you talk to them online, you're probably just attached to the idea, the thought, the conversation, rather than there being a concrete individual behind that, right? It's fungible. It's fluid. It doesn't like the gender. Gender means a lot to a lot of people. The gender of the person you talk to online is irrelevant. But so what I'm saying is the point of all this is the personality and the brain is all that matters online. Like the physicality of a person, what they look like, how much they weigh, how old they are. I guess age could matter when we're talking about ideas because if you have very childish, inflexible, naive ideas, then your age matters. It's like, oh, that must be somebody who's young. Or if there's a lot of emotionality, like they're super emotional about everything, they overreact to everything. Okay, that's you. I guess the age could bleed through to what I'm talking about, but none of it. The rest of it does. It's like, oh, this is a 250-pound opinion, and this is a 90-pound opinion. Like that's ludicrous, right? And I think it strips away some of the things. Like if we're talking to somebody they're 90 pounds, and then maybe they have an opinion on cooking, you don't take it seriously because they're only 90 pounds. Like, how much could they possibly know about cooking? You look at me, you think, hey, this dude knows about cooking a little bit. A little bit. He knows something about cooking. He knows about 280 pounds of cooking, you know? So it gets rid of the bias and we just get down to, okay, this is what the idea, and you evaluate the idea on the face of the idea. You know, and that's all that matters is how good is the idea and how bad is the idea. Sometimes a personality bleed through. Sometimes it's literally just about the concept in your head. What is your opinion on this? We evaluate just on your opinion. That the only impression we walk away from a conversation with you is how good or bad was your opinion. Looks, age, gender, none of orientation, religious, none of it matters. Like it's irrelevant, right? So it's so fluid. What's interesting about this show and the world that we have created here is they're really trying to do that on this show to a certain extent. They're trying to make it where it's just the ideas that matter. Nothing else matters. Because look at the prevalence of the masks. Like so many people are wearing masks, and so many times like the identity is withheld, or people are shape shifting, or we've got clones, and which one of these clones is us? Like Naruto, maybe he has 25 sock puppet accounts, and so when he expresses an opinion about Gumby, 1999 on a Gumby discussion board, then he has these 25 soccer puppet accounts that can say, yes, you're right. And all of them say, yes, you're right. And then he looks like the smartest person on the message board because all these people agree with him, right? In a way, right? Like we're in a way. Hopefully you're staying with me here. This isn't super literal. But think about like how much they play around with identity on this show. It's the only thing they truly care about is the intention of the person. Like, who's walking in your room and what are their intention? Because you can't trust any of this that you see. Even if there is no mask covering their face, it may not be who you think it is. And even if it is the person you think it is, they may not be in control of their own body. It's a little terrifying in a way. It's way more liberating in a way. Like if you strip everything down and all that matters is your ideas, then all that matters is your ideas. They'd better be rock solid ideas. You better have actually sat up and thought about them for a while. You can't just be taking, like, some people, like, what they think right now is whatever the last conversation they had is with the person. You talk to somebody, like, super on the left, you have leftist opinions. You talk to somebody super on the right, you have rightist opinions. And what you think depends on who you last talked to and now you're having a new conversation. That's probably going to sway you. Other people, it's like, they actually think about their opinions. They form them themselves so that they can defend them, So I just think it's interesting how many masks are on this show, how much they're trying to hide their identity. And even if it is the person you think it is, are they secretly a trunk? Did they just get substituted with a tree trunk? Or are they a clone? Or are they made out of mud? Or like you can, like, this show has trained me not to trust my eyes more than any show I've ever seen in my life. Like, I cannot trust what I see. Everything is fluid. Everything is, just so flexible. And at first it made me paranoid. Now it's making me just roll with it. And it's like, okay, you got to be super in the moment. And be like, half your brain is like, okay, I'm going to ride with this for now. And the other half of the brain is, this probably isn't what I think it is. I keep coming back to the idea that all these battles are happening in the mind. They are not happening in the flesh. And that just holds up. Yeah, this is getting way too long. But like this, it's just interesting how this was 20 years ago, and my internet message board experiences were 20 years ago, and there is a commonality there. You had to retrain your brain. We weren't used to talking to people we couldn't see, right? Think about how, like, that's only been around for 25 years. Before this, like maybe you would get a letter from somebody, but you can also recognize handwriting, right? You could recognize the handwriting, you know who this is from. So there's still a little bit of attached identity to this thing here, right? So only in the past 25 years have you had a situation in the entire 6,000 year history of the human race as intelligent, sentient, civilized beings. This is the first time in 6,000 years we've been able to have extended conversations and interactions with people and long-term conversation interactions with people who we can't see. So our brains are not ready for that. We have to train our brains. This is a different kind of interaction. This is a different thing. You know, you can't take your old biases into this new arena, right? So essentially, what I'm saying is, I think this is way ahead of the curve, at least on this commenting on society. In a way, this is commenting on society. It's way ahead of itself. You're not seeing this on the pirate show. Yeah, nobody's wearing a mask on a pirate show. Everybody is who they say they are, and they're always in control of themselves for the most part. So yeah, it's just interesting. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. This is episode 72, and we're going on one. 3, 2, 1. I had to stare at that doggy booty hole for 10 minutes. I really wish this had been a short intro. I have no idea. What did you spell? I don't remember what you said last episode. I smell trouble. Did I make trouble with the capital T joke last time? Oh, Jesus Christ. This isn't a recap. I don't remember this. Yes, I'm with her with the black cloud around the head. I guess she's devastated. Look at her. She's devastated. No, he smells like you. There's a difference. She's out of here. Well, I guess this is a way to delay them. That's stupid. Oh, Jesus Christ. Um, he smells like you. There's a difference. Like, come on. It's all how you look at it. He is trouble, isn't he? With a capital T. she always, she's like super aggressive, right? She always like throws herself head first into it. I just wish her outfit was coordinated. I don't understand why the netting is on the thigh on one leg and the lower leg on the other leg. Calf, I guess it's called. Why is it on the calf on one leg and the thigh on the other leg? She's ready to kick his ass. Yeah, you ain't going away. Oh, wait, I guess he is. Yeah, I don't care about you. Yeah, tell you what, that wind, that fan's a problem, man. Hey, you made this choice. You can't whine about this. You chose this. Yeah. It's always about the battle of the mind. I love it. Oh shit! Get out of my face. That's right. It's a fan dance. He knows what he's doing. Wow, man, they just be trashing trees in this show, man. Don't you care about the environment? We need these trees. They really don't care. Damn. Hey, you already know she can cut trees, man. This is pointless. Oh shit. Yep, I guess I got to kick her ass. He's got a whammy for us. I don't think you want him to get serious. I really don't. Yeah, that's the stuff, she says in captions. Why would you jump in the middle of the fire? Yep. I guess it was the. He wanted to enclose her. Nah, she fanned it away, I bet. That's what I thought. But why would you land in the middle of the fire is what I'm saying. Oh, shit. Yeah. Be kind of wild if she just stomped him out here. Oh, shit. I think she did. She's just trying to slow him down. Wow, I guess he's weak. Such a. Oh, like I said, a tree trunk. With a bomb. See, that's a twist. That's what you get for being arrogant. That's right. I love the tree trunk. It's perfect, right? No, otherwise, I'd kill you. Well, that sucked. That's what you get for being arrogant, man. She got way too smug there. Way too fast. You didn't do shit. What was that about? 2, 3 minutes? Psh, that ain't enough. Meanwhile, see, mass. Fluid identities. Arachimaru. Damn it, I'm so bad at that. Very creepy. It's eyes. It's the eyes, man. Yeah. Yep. In other words, you're batshit crazy. I don't think I would get used to a long flashback in the middle of a fight scene. Oh, it's less of a fight scene and more of a coming out party, I think. There it is. Look at the coffins on the left there. Books on the right. It could be cabinets on the left, but they look like coffins. Well, guess we're smarter than you. I see. Right. That, yeah. You always act strange. You scared him. That wasn't nice. I guess not. You don't care about these people? What are you talking about? Somebody's been watching The Professional. Everything. I don't think that was a person. I see your I see your metaphor here. He wants infinite power. Right. That's interesting, actually. That's good lore. How droll. Hokage ain't big enough. Wonder what Mass Boy thinks of this. And Bird Mass Boy. We had Cat Mask and Bird Mask. There we go. That's the only one that matters because then you can research all the rest. Hell yeah. And I assume this is a bad power to possess. You take over new bodies. Yeah. Why'd you have to emphasize the word young like that? Monkey is pissed. This just deepens my metaphor. Every time you start a new account, it's like you reincarnated yourself. How dare you? He wants to take over Sasuke. Yeah, right. Doesn't seem much different though. How old do you think this body is? 25, 30? It's hard to. Thank you for the close up, a hole. It's hard to tell in anime, but this doesn't seem like too old of a body. So Sasuke's what, 12? So you're going down about 15 years, maybe. But he's got a powerful body, right? So his body's connected to the magic. So I guess I see it. This voiceover actress is really good. Sure, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. How dare you? Well, shit. You can't trust anything. How long? That's a good question. I'll get into that at the end here. Yeah. Oh, he's just in prison. I thought they were saying he was dead, which I wouldn't believe. Yeah. I'm heartbroken. I do like. I was making fun of the flashbacks earlier. I like. This is a really good flashback to have with this episode. So last time you saw him, Arrow did something similar to this, which is also excellent. You pair the last time you saw the person with this new time, new confrontation. Yep. He was seduced by the power of this person. He wanted to exploit his power. Dumbass. Yeah. What, did he bite his finger? I have the power of the monkey. Don't make me do the thing I do. I'm out of here. Hey, man, you're breaking our faces. That's not good. Hopefully, those aren't people that just blew up and they were just jars. I didn't ask for your opinion. I think you killed those other people. So you just let him walk away. Are you serious? You gotta be shitting me. He didn't fight away, you just let him walk away. Wow. Weak. Oh, yeah, now you talk tough. That don't mean shit. You talked tough last time, too. Hey, you only got two clones? That's not enough. I love the eye and the staff thing. You can go put that whammy on him. He's summoning something else, ain't he? Well, this is impressive. Whatever the hell it is. Oh, shit. Excellent. So you can't see it. I like that. The Grim Reaper is coming for your ass. Talk shit, old man. Did I hear Enter the Darkness? Yeah, I think the Grim Reaper eats darkness. Cluster fuss. How dare you? Yeah, I was offended too, and I don't even live there. That's a gross misrepresentation of our little hovel. Well, we know he's motivated. Oh, look at little baby Naruto. I think that's who that was. I don't know, maybe. Why does it look like you're on a boat? I don't know about that dude with the dog. He's not precious to me. Yeah, he's questionable. We'll see about that. See again, all the normally like these long monologues in the middle of a fight would be tedious. This is the fight. This is part of the fight. They're trying to demoralize each other. Put that Grim Reaper on his ass. Hell yeah. That's what we're doing. Huh? As accentuated by the little ghost going forward, man. I want him to reap get that scythe. Was it a sigh or scythe? I think it's a sigh. Get that sigh and reap his ass. He talks too much. But yeah, like the monologue, that is the fight. That's part of the fight. I only had a couple perceptions of anime before I started. One was the whole thing when an epic rap battle with Superman versus Groku, where he's talking about one punch and 9,000 screams. In other words, they talk a lot of shit and then they throw one punch, and they talk a lot of shit and they throw one punch, and maybe do the screaming and stuff to accumulate power and all that stuff. And it's just that it sounded tedious to me. It was a turnoff, and then there was the other thing where like they'll stand and I heard like they'll be fighting, and they'll stop and talk for a really long time. And there's probably anime that does that in a non-ironic way or a non-meaningful way. This is a meaningful way, right? Like this is the point. Like they fight with their minds. They don't fight with their bodies. The bodies are sometimes involved, but the fight is psychological and emotional and intellectual. So that's why they talk so much. So it makes sense if you think about it.